Gaithersburg has a long reputation as being one of the nation's great places to live, and we proudly celebrate everyone in our community that helps make it so. Through our annual Citizenship Awards, we shine a spotlight on some remarkable organizations and individuals who reflect the essence of what it means to live and work in Gaithersburg. Their commitment to collaboration, compassion, and community reminds us that we all have unique opportunities to positively influence the world around us. This year's distinguished citizen, Janet Neumann, discovered a passion for volunteering in an unconventional way. Retiring early to travel the world with a scientist's husband who works at NIST, Janet answered an ad in the Gaithersburg Gazette for an organization seeking volunteers to help with its transportation and prescription services and its food pantry. Thus started a long and rewarding journey with Gaithersburg HELP.
I volunteer because it makes me feel good to know that I am helping someone else. I know that there are families in need that I can maybe just do one small part of, fill one small need financially for getting a prescription that will matter. I can have them connect with our food pantry, which they may be able to provide enough food that they can save money to purchase other things, pay for their rent.
This year's distinguished friend is Mary Canapary. Her journey from impoverished roots on an Irish farm to operating the Lord's Table Soup Kitchen in Gaithersburg is a testament to the power of persistence and faith. Mary is the backbone of the kitchen, a program whose influence has been felt not only by the customers enjoying a nutritious meal, but by the countless volunteers who've been enriched through their service to others.
I walk away with a wonderful, wonderful feeling of having accomplished something because of the wonderful people, guests and volunteers. I mean, there are over 600 people from the area. That's a lot of Gaithersburg people. And they are funny and dedicated and kind and smart. And so it's wonderful to be numbered as one of them.
The Kentlands Community Foundation is the recipient of the 2019 Outstanding Organization Award. The foundation was created to enrich the lives of residents, not just in Kentlands, but in the greater Gaithersburg area. Driven by volunteers, it is a creative grassroots organization that represents and nurtures the human element of new urbanism.
But I'm very proud of being part of this organization because, again, everyone is a volunteer and everybody is doing their best to promote the arts, to promote urbanism, and to promote the greater community.
The Kentlands Community Foundation supports programs that help people feel like they're part of a community. None of these programs happen without people stepping up and doing the heavy lifting and the legwork to make them happen.
Volunteerism is very important. It's the engine that runs the foundation. It's how we operate our board, it's how we operate our programs, it's how everything in this big machine rolls.
Our award recipients share the common bond of activism. They have all witnessed a need, and through their passion and persistence, they have risen to the challenge of action. Through their efforts, they not only impact individuals on a daily basis, they strengthen an entire community in the process. Janet answered that long-ago newspaper ad, making an initial pledge to volunteer at Gaithersburg HELP one day a month. Well, 16 years later, she is putting a background in nursing and business management to good use as the director of the Gaithersburg HELP prescription program. It's an almost daily commitment now.
I'm managing a team of volunteers who return calls from clients who are in need of prescription assistance. These may be uninsured or underinsured families, and they may have to make a choice between whether they have food on the table or they get a prescription. What we do as a team with Gaithersburg HELP, each person gives a little bit. Some give more, some give less, but we all are contributing to a package of services that is very much needed in the community. We are able to assist families in a very significant way, and we've been doing that for 50 years. Knowing that it's all volunteers is quite a feat for any organization.
Mary helped establish the soup kitchen in 1984 and promised to stay for a couple of months to get it up and running. 35 years later, she continues to lead an effort to not only serve hot meals 5 days a week, but to establish relationships with the customers, offering them a sense of community and exploring their needs more fully so she and other volunteers can connect with them with vital social services.
It is important because it's a place where a certain segment of the population can go and have a nutritious, good meal. But as well as that, have a place where they can work with people who really have their interests at heart. Like, for instance, referring people for eyeglasses, for health care, for programs, recovery programs, mental health programs. So for us to encourage them to stay with the programs, I think that that is the most important, one of the most important things we do.
Kentlands was the front-runner in new urbanism, walkable, livable places where citizen involvement is a key component to fostering a sense of neighborhood. Through volunteer outreach, the Kentlands Community Foundation facilitates that involvement, creating and conducting programs that make a difference in the lives of people far beyond its neighborhood boundaries.
The village particularly captures the essence of the organization because it basically works into a very active engagement of the citizenship. And they do it through activities, they do it through the arts, they do it through volunteerism, to helping the neighbors.
The village is part of a national movement to provide assistance for older people and people with disabilities so that they can stay where they are. They can live in the place that they've grown accustomed to for years and not have to move to a home of some sort because they can no longer handle the rigors of daily life.
Kentlands offers a really good approach about how these things can be handled, and that is a really great portion of what the Kentlands Community Foundation does. We shine a spotlight on the things that we can learn from this development and apply it to the general community.
We're going to continue to try to maintain the grassroots, volunteer-led nature of our organization. We always want residents to be able to come to us with a good idea about how to build community, and we want to be able to support them going forward.
Our awardees are the heart and soul of this community, architects of a city that enjoys a reputation as an appealing, welcoming enclave within a vast metropolis. Collectively, they have been involved in public service in Gaithersburg for nearly 70 years. With all of that experience, we ask them to look to the future and give us their thoughts.
I can imagine in another 30 years, our city will continue to grow, but I do believe it will maintain a small town vibe because this community really seems to care. People care about each other and they want to help out and reach out to their neighbors.
And I love the fact that every community has an identity. I think that Kentlands Community Foundation fits into that concept, and I think can work more towards empowering the city as well in the coming years.
I just sincerely hope that the spirit of hospitality and welcoming the stranger, that's not diminished in any way, that survives the change, whatever the change is going to be.
They all agree that Gaithersburg has a bright future. And why wouldn't it, with contributors like these and so many more helping to pave the way?